is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TD Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
What goes on, like, when you were there?
What did I say when y'all asked me about why was the TD Jakes at the Diddy party? Money.
Right. That's correct.
When all this stuff comes out over the next days and weeks about Thomas, TD Jakes, which stands for Thomas Dexter, for those who may not know, I want all of you to understand that Sarita was a part of the cover-up.
Remember when I said earlier, I've never seen so many cowards and black men in this business? I would have to put my brother Tyler Perry in that. And I'm gonna tell you why I say that. See, when I see you do a clip and you go to TD Jakes' church, and I watch you write a check for $1 million in front of the congregation, and you give it to this man, was that for the congregation to give more money? Or was that really genuine? See, when no one's watching, who are you?
Bishop T.D. Jakes didn't step down quietly. He stepped down suspiciously. At least, that's what Monique wants the world to consider. According to her, this isn't some spiritual sabbatical or graceful exit from the pulpit. Nope. Monique says it's damage control, because T.D. Jakes may be tangled up in the same messy web that's threatening to take down Sean Diddy Combs. This isn't just a celebrity feud. It's becoming a domino effect of scandals, lawsuits, and federal investigations. And if Monique's theory is correct, Bishop Jakes may be trying to slip out of frame before the next camera flash exposes something deeper. Let's get straight to the core of the allegation.
Prosecutors are expected to paint Combs as the head of a criminal organization who exploited his fame and fortune to sexually abuse women and men. Defense attorneys plan to counter by saying Combs was not acting illegally and all relationships were consensual.
Diddy is currently facing a storm of legal trouble that sounds more like a Netflix crime series than real life. He's under federal investigation, and the accusations in these lawsuits? We're talking about trafficking, abuse, drugging, and long-term patterns of alleged misconduct involving women, business associates, and inner circle members. It's bad, like career-ending, empire-crumbling, public-image-obliterating bad. And now, people close to Diddy are being scrutinized. Not just his business partners, not just his exes. We're talking about high-profile individuals who've publicly aligned themselves with him in some way. People like T.D. Jakes, who was literally seen at Diddy's infamous 53rd birthday party in 2022. Now, showing up at someone's birthday isn't a crime, but when you're a globally respected pastor with a decades-long reputation for moral leadership, and you're filmed smiling at a party known for being more Vegas Strip than Bible study, yeah, people start asking questions, especially when that party is hosted by a man now accused of some of the darkest behavior in the entertainment industry.
All of you who expect me to address a lie, you can log off. I will not use this sacred day and this sacred pulpit to address a lie when I have a chance to preach a truth. You can stop dragging people and arguing with people and fighting and just log off. All you do is just hit the button.
Monique didn't tiptoe around this. She went public, flat out alleging that T.D. Jakes' resignation has nothing to do with professional reflection or personal growth. Instead, she believes it's a strategic move to distance himself from Diddy before more damaging information becomes public. Why? Because, according to her, Diddy has receipts, and not just sketchy rumors or secondhand gossip. She's talking videos, photos, and voice recordings that could implicate people in some very serious behavior. Monique believes that T.D. Jakes isn't just a distant acquaintance or innocent bystander. She thinks he may be part of the inner circle, and that Diddy has proof. Here's where things start to really spiral. Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, recently backed up some of the chatter surrounding T.D. Jakes' involvement. And if you don't know Gene, he's not some YouTube theorist with a tinfoil hat. This guy was on the inside. He's been around for years, working directly under Diddy, and has seen things the public hasn't.
How you feel about these rumors surrounding, Diddy and T.D. Jakes?
It's just real strange that he would be found at any kind of Diddy party or any kind of place with Diddy unless it's in a business atmosphere. He making the Christians look real bad right about now.
When he went on record saying that T.D. Jakes wasn't just present at Diddy's parties, but may have been actively involved in what he called morally questionable activities, jaws dropped. That's not just tea. That's espresso with a double shot of scandal. Jakes' camp, of course, tried to do some damage control. A representative from T.D. Jakes Entertainment, yes, he has a whole entertainment division, claimed the bishop only attended Diddy's party for business reasons. Apparently, Diddy's network had been airing Jakes' sermons, and the party appearance was just part of a broader media relationship. Now, come on, business or not, showing up to one of Diddy's parties in the middle of Los Angeles, where wild behavior is practically part of the dress code, is a hard thing to spin. And the fact that this defense came after people started digging up the party footage, it felt more like cleanup than clarification. Things got even weirder during Jakes' Christmas Eve sermon. Many expected him to address the rumors directly and put them to bed once and for all. But instead of denying anything, he leaned into a vague, emotional message about repentance and forgiveness. He spoke about the importance of grace and the power of redemption, without ever explaining what exactly needed to be redeemed. The internet lit up. People weren't buying it. Some even interpreted the sermon as a subtle confession, like he was getting ahead of something big coming down the line. Meanwhile, Monique continued to stir the pot, saying what a lot of folks were only daring to whisper. Diddy might be ready to take people down with him. According to her, Diddy allegedly reached out to TD Jakes for help, possibly legal or political. And when Jakes refused to step in, Diddy, in typical Diddy fashion, allegedly threatened to expose him. That's where Monique believes the sudden resignation came from. But wait, there's more. Rodney Lil Rod Jones, a music producer, filed a lawsuit against Diddy that included a very interesting detail. He named TD Jakes in the complaint. Now, to be clear, Jakes wasn't listed as a defendant, but the suit claimed that Diddy planned to use his association with Jakes to clean up his image after the Cassie Ventura allegations exploded. That part might be the most telling of all. If Diddy saw Jakes as his spiritual cover, a respected religious figure to lean on during times of crisis, then the connection between the two is more than surface level. It's strategic, it's PR. And if Diddy now sees Jakes as someone who abandoned him during the storm, that makes the threat of exposure very real. And the public is noticing. Social media has been flooded with speculation that TD Jakes is trying to get out of Dodge. Literally. Some unverified but viral rumors claim he's planning to leave the country before Diddy's trial gets underway. The trial is set for May 5th, and the timing of Jakes' exit has only added fuel to the theory that he's preparing to avoid subpoenas, legal questions, or just general bad press. It's the kind of narrative that feels too wild to be real. And yet, every time someone tries to debunk it, more receipts pop up, more names get dragged in, and more questions go unanswered. Now, let's be fair. There's no concrete proof, at least not yet, tying TD Jakes directly to any criminal wrongdoing. No charges, no subpoenas, no smoking gun. But when your name keeps popping up in lawsuits, viral videos, and insider accusations, and your response is more spiritual parable than straightforward denial, people are going to fill in the blanks. And the blanks right now, they're looking pretty suspicious. Let's go back to Monique for a second. This woman is not just speculating for clicks. She's had her own battles with Hollywood power players. So when she speaks from experience. Her warning about Diddy having dirt on people isn't just meant to stir chaos. It's a cautionary flag. According to her, the reason we haven't seen a full-on collapse of the celebrity elite around Diddy is because everyone's scared of what he might release. We're talking alleged recordings, incriminating photos, documents, basically a digital doomsday folder that could blow up careers, brands, and maybe even entire ministries. And if Bishop Jakes is anywhere in that folder, it makes sense why he'd want to exit stage left before the next act begins. But here's where it gets even more chilling. This isn't happening in isolation. Diddy's empire is unraveling at the seams, and as it does, it's taking down everyone who didn't back away fast enough. Former collaborators, ex-girlfriends, employees. They're all telling their stories now. Every day, another person speaks up. Another piece of the puzzle falls into place. And more elite figures, many of whom kept close ties to Diddy over the years, are suddenly going quiet, rebranding, or in Jakes' case, resigning. It's the kind of silence that makes people shout louder. Meanwhile, the court of public opinion is already handing out verdicts. When TD Jakes' EVP tried to frame his appearance at Diddy's party as a simple business exchange, the internet wasn't buying it. People pointed out the timing, the vibe, the optics. None of it added up. It wasn't just bad PR. It felt like a rushed attempt to rewrite history before the receipts catch up. And about those receipts, social media has already created an unofficial timeline of TD Jakes and Diddy interactions. Photos, clips, TV deals, sermon syndications. Diddy didn't just randomly air Bishop Jakes' messages. There was an alliance there, a media partnership, possibly more. Let's be real. In today's world, public figures don't get to walk both sides of the line. You can't be preaching about salvation by day and club hopping by night without someone noticing. Especially not when the guy you're club hopping with is facing federal lawsuits. What's most unsettling is that this isn't some far-off story happening in a corner of Hollywood. This is the collision of faith, fame, power, and scandal, all playing out in real time on our feeds. It's a reminder that behind every curated image and inspirational quote, there might be something a lot darker going on behind the curtain. So what happens next? Well, Diddy's trial is underway, the Cassie case opened the floodgates, and more are expected to follow. Subpoenas could fly, more names might be dropped. And if Diddy really is feeling abandoned by his former allies, he might go nuclear. That digital doomsday folder Monique mentioned, it could become public. Fast. As for TD Jakes, his silence will only last so long. If more credible voices like Gene Deal keep talking, and if the lawsuits keep name-dropping, the pressure to explain everything will only grow. He can't just lean on metaphor and morality forever. Eventually, people want facts. And if there's one thing we've learned in this new era of internet accountability, it's this: you can't outrun the receipts. Whether it's a tweet from 2011 or a party clip from 2022, the internet doesn't forget, and it definitely doesn't forgive easily. But here's the bigger question. What does all this say about the people we put on pedestals? Whether it's a music mogul or a megachurch pastor, fame tends to blur the lines. We forgive, we overlook, we idolize. And sometimes, we miss the warning signs until it's too late. Maybe that's what Monique is really trying to tell us, that the Diddy fallout isn't just a scandal. It's a system imploding. A network of powerful people who thought they were untouchable, now scrambling to either cover their tracks or confess before the walls come down. Whether or not TD Jakes ends up being part of the legal drama, the fact that his name is even in the same orbit as this chaos should raise eyebrows. And the way this has all unfolded, without a firm denial, with vague responses, and with well-timed exits, only makes it harder for people to believe there's nothing to hide. At the end of the day, this is bigger than just one man stepping down or one celebrity getting canceled. This is about accountability, about whether power and influence still protect people in 2025, and about how long secrets can stay buried before someone finally hits upload. And listen, maybe this story fizzles out. Maybe Diddy settles. Maybe Jake stays in retirement. Maybe we never see the alleged receipts. But judging by the trajectory of things right now, that feels unlikely. Because one thing is clear, the whispers are getting louder, the walls are closing in, and Monique might have just opened the door for everything to come crashing out. So what do you think? Is Bishop TD Jakes really just stepping down peacefully? Or is this a strategic exit ahead of a much bigger storm? Do you believe Diddy's sitting on files that could expose some of the biggest names in entertainment and religion? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We want to hear, because this story is wild. While you're down there, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next breakdown. Thanks for watching, and remember, in Hollywood and the church, not everything is as holy as it seems.